Hello everyone, my name is Droogie Forever, and today we're playing Haunted Cities Exclusion Zone. There is a person on itch.io and also on Patreon. I am blanking on the name of the developer. It's Kitty something, but she or he or they make these short experimental, I guess like horror or suspense games. And on Patreon, you get access to, I think, at least one a month. But the first of these, this is a set of 4 that I obtained. And this one is called the Exclusion Zone. So let's see if it's any good. We may play more than one in this set, like in this video, if I decide that they're any good. So let's see what happens. Ooh. Based on local historical records and the architecture of the region, we're confident that it was a religious structure of some kind. However, its arrangement and composition are unlike any similar religious structures of the era or territory, despite superficial architectural similarities. Previous examination teams have failed to recover any furnishings, artifacts, devices, etc. that would expressly describe the henceforth temple's purpose, and while local accounts, examinations of ambient radiation patterns, and simple visual observation of the surrounding countryside leave it beyond question that the temple was the epicenter of the devastation, we remain entirely ignorant as to how it was that the disaster came to pass. This remains the chief objective of all examination teams dispatched to the exclusion zone. Oh, okay. I just wanted to see if there was anything like behind the steps, but should I look around down there, or should I just... This is weird. The swooping asymmetrical fins of the forward sheltered area have been something of a mystery to previous examination teams. Their shape and positioning perfectly enables them to gather moisture from the air on balmy days, back when the climate of the area had not been irreparably changed and such days were still possible, which is then channeled into the shallow reflecting pools set into the floor in order that they be kept filled with water. However, this almost artistic asymmetry is not present in any other part of the structure, and such a break in uniformity is in stark contrast to many of the fundamental religious tenets of the surrounding area. Put plainly, it seems an ornamental indulgence that makes no sense to us, given what little we know about those who might have occupied this place. One examiner discovered deep channels between the stones at the bottoms of the pool, which seemed to run downward some distance but were too narrow and solid to be inspected further. Theories suggest some manner of sieve, a mechanism for gathering and storing potable water, or possibly even a cooling system for subterranean parts of the structure, as yet undiscovered. Future examination teams may be dispatched with equipment suited to further exploration of these possibilities. I don't know if I should go over there or continue to the top here. Note to examination teams: extreme caution advised when approaching main tower of temple complex. Ambient radiation at dangerous levels. Protracted proximity to tower heavily discouraged. Eventual fatalities extremely likely. The tower, being the obvious centerpiece of the temple structure, is presumed by most of us to be the nucleus of the disaster. The continuing extremes of ambient radiation originating from the tower's apex prevent approach, which has stymied all direct attempts at investigation into the disaster's most probable epicenter, and by extension the entire temple's express role in the calamity. This has long frustrated us for obvious reasons. It is exceedingly difficult to piece together the specifics of such a unique event using only secondary accounts. archaeological hints and speculation. Most believe the answer to everything is waiting there at the tower's highest point, but our curiosities go ever unsatisfied. We've been looking into potential alternative means of inspection, including possible aerial passes, long-range examination from atop the exclusion wall, the training and application of Eastern vultures due to their intelligence, manual dexterity, and immunity to most known forms of radiation, and all other options failing, complete demolition of the tower at its base with hope of a resultant dispersal or reduction of ambient radiation allowing for approach. So should I not approach it? Something's down there. I might be able to get a note down there if I walk down that way. Let's go see what this thing is. Here it comes. The overlook for a mercy is one feature of the temple which can be at least partially explained. Were it not for the exclusion wall, the overlook would provide a grandiose view of the nearby lake, which is a feature the temple shares with all similar structures of the region. All are built in proximity to an inland body of water, generally at elevation, and all feature an overlook of similar construction extending from the main structure and pointing toward a aforementioned body. This is of some interest to us because we have at least some evidence to suggest that the temple was built with the specific purpose of performing whatever unique machinations precipitated the disaster, thus making the construction of an overlook something of a concession. If the temple's original purpose was not the practice of the local religion, then the overlook would be superfluous. It is possible that some of the temple's residents maintained their old beliefs and therefore necessitated the overlook's construction, which opens the possibility that the temple's purpose may not be an entirely religious one after all. It has also been suggested that it was meant merely as a prop, a visual misdirection intended to convince locals from a distance that all atop Lakeside Hill was normal and that nothing untoward was being conducted. Some of us find this possibility to be somewhat cynical, but it cannot be ruled out. I want to go to the end real quick just to have a look-see. Alright. Alright, before I continue up to the top of the tower and get killed, I hear something down here, so let's go down. There we go. It is reasonable to assert that the exterior area to the north of the main structure was a plot of some kind. Many such monasteries and isolated religious communes of the time featured similar outdoor areas, used traditionally to cultivate a staple crop that the temple's residents could survive on, or use for trade with nearby settlements. However, it remains impossible for us to determine just what was grown here. Soil traces betray no sign of any of the plants indigenous to the area, or indeed any surrounding regions from which seeds may have been imported. Stranger still, radiation of a kind entirely unique to that modest plot can still be found in the soil, suggesting the growth of some kind of radioactive plant with an extraordinary half-life, distinct even from the radiation that filled the area in the wake of the disaster. Absolutely no historical accounts of such a plant exist in any archive throughout the entire peninsula. Consequently, this small area of ground is of great interest to us. Examination teams are encouraged to check the area thoroughly for anything that may provide further information, no matter how seemingly minuscule. Okay, so what's down this way? Because this isn't the way I came up, so let's see what's down here. Oh, starting again. Basically, or easily, the most baffling part of the temple at large is the pair of Cairn stones on the shore at the bottom of the steps northwest of the complex. Nearly everything about them seems at odds with the rest of the structure and with the region itself. They are of a material that eludes identification and which cannot be located anywhere else on the peninsula. Their arrangement, and indeed their very presence, suggests a kind of clandestine purpose that would likely be considered paganistic, possibly even heretical, which juxtaposed with the dominant religion of the time and territory, yet is obviously too close to the temple to have been kept hidden. The glowing arches lining the stone steps, which lead to the shore, were found to have been constructed after the temple itself, but the cairns themselves, hitherto impossible to date accurately, are highly presumed to have been there for much longer, suggesting a deliberate acknowledgement of the cairns in the arches' construction. Finally, prior examination teams have found traces of a kind of energetic charge in the air around the cairns, not radioactive yet with a similar half-life to radiation, and distinct from both the fallout of the disaster and the radiation found in the soil of the plots just north of the main structure. While it seems safe to assume the cairns have had little to do directly with the catastrophe, both their purpose and their existence remain something of a fascination to us. Examination teams are encouraged to check the surrounding area, but are cautioned against protracted proximity. Many examiners who remain in the cairn's immediate presence for more than several minutes begin experiencing symptoms similar to a combination of radiation poisoning and etheric plague, with at least one case resulting in death. I'm just curious if there's anything else on this shore. I can see it goes for a little bit, but not for very long. So let's just... Okay. I don't think there's anything else over there. Alright, let's head up. I wonder if I can climb this rock. I'm just curious. Let's see if we can get up this way. We'll cheat our way up. There we go. Nah, there's probably nothing over there. I just wanted to look around a bit. Alright, what do you think? Back to the top? See what happens when we go inside? See if it kills us. From the recovered notes of Examiner Saturna, deceased. She was wronged. None of this would have happened had her sisters not wronged her so. She would not have been so lonesome, wouldn't have called out like she did. She'd have kept her old worshippers, the ones who knew how to build her temples and channel her stones, the ones that came from where she came from. She wouldn't have had to call out across the sea to a place she wasn't known. They only tried to love her and honor her here. But our stones are not like her stones, and our air is not like her air, and that's what caused it. That's why it happened. I'm sure of it. She will be vilified once her name is learned, but it was her sisters who broke her up and threw her down. Gods above, it makes me want to cry just thinking about it. How long she must have lain there under the sand, hurting and lonely and angry and not knowing what she did wrong, and now this. So much devastation just because she wanted to be loved and because they wanted to love her and didn't know how. And now she's alone again, wherever she is. I don't know how to pray to her. I would if I could. Maybe just thinking about how sorry I am for everything she's gone through will be enough. I'm sorry, sister. You deserved better. This was not your fault. So now what? I feel like we went everywhere. Can I get on top of this? I guess so. I feel like we explored everything. I don't know what's left. You know? So what did we miss? I don't feel like we missed anything. I have no idea. I don't know what to do. Throw myself off the edge of the cliff over here. That's what I'm gonna do. Sacrifice. What about this thing? What's this? Watch, it won't let me kill myself. Let's see. Geronimo! Oh. It worked. Well, that's unexpected. Alright. Well, I wonder if there's anything here. I'll just walk down by the water and then look all around. See if we find anything worth exploring. This looks like it's cut. I wonder if that's a structure of some kind. I don't see a way into it, whatever it is, but... Unless I'm blind and just can't see the entrance. Oh. Oh, this is the path I started on. There's no way to go back, huh? Yeah, it's all boxed up. Well, let's go this way. See if we find anything interesting. Because I have no idea what else to do at this point. I don't know if that's the end of it. I mean, it sounded like the end. I was expecting the game to end after that last note, and then it didn't. But I'm not familiar with this person's games, so maybe they don't do like a hard ending, you know? But I'm starting to feel like that was the end. It did feel very final, didn't it? Kind of explained that the explosion there at the end. Sort of. Okay, that's the path up over there. Yeah, I'm starting to think there's nothing else left in the game. I mean, I could have missed something, but we'll walk over here real quick. I don't see anything though. Yeah, I don't know. All right, I guess that's it. Interesting. That one was all right. All right, let's try another one. This one's called Grandmother's Garden. Shit, hold on. Hold on. Gotta capture it. The house is so quiet. Clock tick and curtain dark and dust. Oh. Okay. I was not done reading. I have to move with arrow keys. That's gonna... Oof. I don't like that. It's like a old school movement scheme. Oh god. I don't know where to go. Hey, what's this? Is there something there? How do I, like, read the sign or whatever? Is there a sign? That seems like something, but I don't know. It wouldn't let me read it. Oh, I hear something. Yes. Oh, what? Well, that sucks. We can't go in the tool shed because we don't have the key. What is this thing? I don't know. I don't know how to click on anything. Alright, so we need... Oh, what's this? Hold on. I see something else. What are you doing? Go around to the front of it. What's that? Grandmother says I'm going to have a little sister soon. Okay. Wait. Go back. Go back. Something appeared for half a second. Or was it? Something was here. There it is. When things got really bad, I used to come here and hide between these trees. For some reason, that made me feel safe. That was before I learned grandmother always knew where I am, no matter what. Okay. So there's really nothing hidden there. Alright, so we need a key and a shovel, and I have no idea where to find either one. Shovel's probably in the shed that we just passed, but we need a key for that. So where the hell am I going to get the key? Camera. Need a camera change. Thank you. A well. Grandmother and I use it to draw fluids up from the veins below. What fluids we get depends on which phase the moon is in. I mean, it's probably water either way, right? I would think water. You're gonna get water. Anything else laying around here? I don't see anything. More roots. Every day there's more of them. They look like they're flowing toward the garden this time. That's where the garden is? Unmarked. Alright. They're probably all unmarked. Unmarked. Arsonist. Is this a blasphemer arsonist? Is this like a Silent Hill type deal? Wait a minute. Turn around. There was something red on the ground right there. It's like a red spot. Grandmother's taproot. One day it will grow into a massive tree, seething and terrible and vivacious. Knows the taste of 10 different monsters. Its flesh is constantly whimpering, demanding more. Okay. Well, so far, it's a lot of, like, looking at stuff, but not a lot of, where's the damn key? You know? Okay, well, there's a shed over here, or a house or something. Let's go look at it. Looks like the garden is, like, completely taken over here. Enter the house. Here we go. Somewhere there are places where grass catches water from the sky, and if you run outside with no shoes or socks, the ground is gentle and sweet. Okay, you gotta give me more time to read that, seriously. Like, you just keep taking that away before I can finish it. Boy came to a clearing where a great bloated tick wallowed in a shallow pond, and he found that he could not speak, for she had filled his mouth with leeches as he was running through the swamp. Get digging. Take the shed keys. Okay. Get digging. Let's go find the shed. I don't know why you can't run inside the house, but that's semi-annoying. I can't hear her, but I know she's there. That's these stuff we had at the very beginning of the game. I remember that. Alright. So basically, it starts you right outside the house, but you need to turn around and go right back in at the beginning to get the key. Which is kind of ridiculous. Alright, which way was the shed? I think it was this way. Soil is soft and loamy. Trees are sick with rot and air begins to thicken. The rain begins to clot. D to get digging. What are we digging for? No reason to dig here. I want to know what to do about them. What is this thing? Can't even tell what it is. Alright. Anyway, what are we doing with the shovel? We dig up the... Oh, what's this? I don't know. Well, let me click on it. Maybe we just dig up the garden? The game is called Grandmother's Garden. So let's try the garden. Which I think, if I go back down this way... Alright, now she's digging. I don't know how I am supposed to tell where to dig. I have a bad feeling. Me too. I want to stop. Something's gonna happen to me. Oh shit. Oh no. Oh no. I think we got eaten. We got eaten. Interesting. That was interesting. Alright, cool. Alright guys, there you go. That is Grandmother's Garden and Exclusion Zone from Haunted Cities Volume 4. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, tell that like button you want to smash, and don't forget to subscribe. You stay you, I'll stay me. Droogie forever. Thank you everybody so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video. Later.